and welcome to my at-home full body Pilates workout. Today we're not going to be using any equipment. We're going to work the glutes, the abs, and the upper body. So let's go ahead and get started with a warm-up. So we're going to move into an all-fours position, bringing the hands forward on the mat. Fingers are spread, palms are pressing down into the floor. We're going to curl the toes here and elevate the hips up toward the ceiling, coming into a downward dog. Really flatten out the upper back here, lift the hips, and from this position, we're just going to start to pedal out the feet. So bringing opposite heel down to the mat, stretching out the backs of the legs, lifting that tailbone a little bit higher, head hangs between your arms, gaze is on the shins, for 2, and 1. Level out your heels. Now we're going to lift just the right leg, keeping the hips square with the mat, and lower. Lift and lengthen, and lower. 2 more. Lift and lower. Abs in, lift and lower. Nice work. Now we're going to go back to our pedaling, alternating heels down toward the mat for 3, and 2, and 1. Now we're going to lift the left leg, point through the toe, and lower. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Last one, lift and lower. Nicely done. Back to that pedaling for 3, and 2, and 1. Level out the heels here. Lift the tailbone a little bit higher. Now we're going to ripple forward into plank. Hold here, plug belly in, and then send the hips up and back. 3 more like this, forward, and then lift, stretching through the spine. Forward, shoulders over wrists, and lift. Scoop your abdominals in. Last one, forward, and we're going to drop the knees here and position ourselves so that the knees are below the hips and the wrists are below the shoulders. We're going to go into some glute work here. So I'm going to start on my right side. Bend the right knee, flex the right foot, and drop your forearms down to the floor. So now your elbows are below your shoulders. We're going to lift the knee and lower. Lift and lower. So you're lifting, keeping your hips square with the mat, squeezing those right glutes at the top of the movement. Belly is plugged in, moving with control. Good. Pressing up through the heel. Keeping those hips in line with each other. Try not to open up on the right side. Lift. Lift. Good work. Keep it up. Gaze is on the mat so that the neck is nice and long. Try not to overarch in the lower back. So focus on the glutes, getting that lift, and not straining the spine. Good. Lift and lift. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Hold here from an elevated position, and we're going to pulse. Little heel pulses up toward the ceiling. Great work. Keep pulsing. Navel is plugged in toward the spine, working the gluteus maximus muscle. Good. Lift, lift, lift. You've got this for 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to come up onto our palms. Keep the leg elevated. We're going to stretch the leg out long, pointing the toe. So leg is at torso height. And now we're going to bring heel toward bum, hamstring curl. So extend and bend. Extend and bend. Nice work. Really feeling it into the bum. Muscles are working hard. Good work. Really contract the glute and the hamstring as you bring the heel toward the bum. Nicely done. We've got 4. Nice broad shoulders. 3 and 2. Abs in. Last one. Hold with the knee bent, and we're going to pulse pointed toe up toward the ceiling. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Now I'd like you to drop your left forearm down to the mat, lower your right knee, maintain a gentle bend in the right elbow. we're gonna lift into a fire hydrant on the right side. So lower the knee and lift. Lower and lift. So focusing on the gluteus medius, that side bum area. Really hold at the top of the lift. Contracting that glute. Good, make the movement count by really lifting and squeezing. And lifting and holding. Make sure that your shoulders aren't bunching up by your ears here. You've got them rolled down and back away from your neck. Good, neck is long. We've got 3 and 2 and final 1. Little pulses up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Woo, and lower down. Take the knees nice and wide and push back into a child's pose, sinking into the hips for 3 and 2 and 1. Now we're going to do the other side. You can stay facing this way or you can turn around like me. I'll turn around so that you can see clearly. I'm going to lower my forearms down to the mat here. Knees are under the hips. I'm bending the left knee, flexing the left foot, and lifting. So keeping those hips square with the mat, really important. And again, focusing on that little squeeze at the top of every lift. That split second hold really makes this move very effective. Good, lifting the bum, engaging the hamstrings. Good. Getting that tone. And lift. And lift. We've got 4, 3, good work. 2, final 1, holding for the pulses. And lift, 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 lift. Good work, you can do it. Keep it up. Plug belly in toward the spine. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. Elevate up onto your palms. Stretch the leg out long. Deep inhale to prepare. Exhale, heel to bum. So we're pointing through the toe, really elongating the leg. We've got a gentle bend in the elbows so they're not locked out. And again, the neck is long, so the gaze is down on the mat. Spine is in neutral. Good, really contracting the hamstring and the glute as you pull that heel back towards your bum. Inhale and exhale. Good work, we've got 4, 3, last 2, and final 1. Hold with a bend and pulse, pulse, pulse. Nice stable torso. Abs are engaged. Focusing on the lower body here. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Lower your right forearm down to the mat. Lower your knee. Toe can stay pointed here. We're going to open up into our fire hydrant on the left. And squeeze at the top of the lift. And squeeze. Good work. Working the side bum area. Making it count by really contracting that glute at the top of the lift. Nice work. Keep moving. We've got 5, 4, 3, last 2, and final 1. We're going to pulse it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And relax it down. Take your arms nice and wide and sink back into child's pose. Regulate the breath here, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Stretch through the tailbone, sink into the hips. Nice work. Now we're going to come forward onto our bellies and roll onto the back. Getting into position for our ab work. So interlace your fingers, put them behind your head. Let your head rest heavy in your hands. We're going to separate our legs so they're wide, about mat distance apart, and point through the toes. We really want to engage the thighs here so that your lower body is super stable. From this position, we're going to inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to curl and crunch up, pressing the low back into the mat, squeezing those thighs. So we're lowering, just hovering, and lifting, little crunch. Inhale and exhale. Keep the elbows wide. Lift with the abs, so don't pull your head up. Focus on pressing your spine into the mat. Good. Lift and lower. Breathe out to lift and lower. Keep pointing through the toes. Keep the lower body stable and strong. Good work. Lift and lower. So you're exhaling to lift, inhaling to lower. Elbows are wide, head rests heavy in the hands. Nice work. We've got 5, 4, lift a bit higher, 3, belly to spine, 2, and final 1. Nicely done. Now we're going to go into a double crunch with our legs still wide. So we're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, we're going to curl and crunch up and bring our widened knees in toward our elbows. Then we're going to stretch the legs long, remaining pointing through the toes, and bring it in. Good. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, rest the head. Exhale, belly to spine. Good. So pointing through the toes and then bringing it in. If it's too hard on your low back, take your legs up at a higher angle as you extend. And if you want more of a challenge, extend your legs at a lower angle as you extend. Good. And breathe out to crunch. I know these are tough, but really effective in terms of working your lower abs, your upper abs. Nice work. Keep breathing. Keep pointing through the toes. We've got 2. Last 1. And relax it down. Float your legs down to the mat. Keep them wide here. We're now going to rest the head on the mat and draw the arms overhead. And we're going to go into a star move to work into the obliques. So your goal here is to be pressing your low back into the mat as you come up and over. So we're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, we're going to lift the left fingertips toward the right shin. So we're lowering, arms come back. Same side again. Good. Lower and lift. Lower and lift, fingertips high. Good. So we're sticking on this same side. If you need to decrease the level of challenge, just slightly bend your right leg. That makes it easier. Good. Breathe out to cross over. Really challenge yourself here. Pick your left shoulder up off the mat. Rotate around the rib cage to get a nice contraction in the oblique area. Keep opposite leg, opposite heel firmly pressing down to the mat so that you're stable on your opposite side. Good. We've got 4. Good. Keep reaching up. 3. Nicely done. 2. And 1. Hold and relax. Amazing work. Okay, we're going to switch sides. So toes are pointed, arms are overhead. We're inhaling here and we're exhaling. Right fingertips toward left shin. Notice my right leg is not moving here. The thigh is still engaged, toe is still pointed, heel is pressing down into the mat. So we're just focusing on the working side here. Good. Lift a bit higher. Really pick that right shoulder blade up off the floor. We've got 5, and 4. Last 3 and 2. Final 1. We're going to come up and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Arms are up overhead. Now we're going to work into some crunches. So we're going to lift that V shape with the legs. Toes are pointed, thighs are engaged. If you need to modify, you can slightly bend at the knee. From here, we're going to lift up both arms toward the thighs. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Notice how I'm doing a little split-second pause at the top of every lift. Really working into those upper abs. Nice work. Whew, I'm shaking here. These are tough, but you're going to feel great afterwards. Good. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to hold and pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab behind your thighs and rock yourself up. Amazing work. Now from here, we're going to finish off with some upper body strengthening moves. So we're going to come back into an all-fours position. We're going to walk the hands out. Fingers are spread. And we're going to move into some push-ups here. For our push-ups, we're going to keep the elbows in close toward the side of the body. If you aren't already, move to the very end of your mat because we're going to be doing 4 push-ups followed by 4 shoulder taps in a plank position. So moving into your push-ups, we're going to lower and lift. Lower and lift. 2 more. Lower and lift. Last one. Lower and lift. Step back into plank. Make sure you're nice and strong and stable. And tap alternate shoulders for 3 and 4. Drop your knees. Back to the push-ups. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Plank. Heels are flexed. Alternating shoulders. 1, 2, 3. Abs in and 4. Lower the knees. 4 more push-ups. 1, 2. Press up through the heels of your hands. 3 and 4. Back to the plank. 1. Try not to move your hips around. 2, 3, and 4. Last set. 1, 2, 3. Stick with it. And 4. Nearly there. Step it into your plank. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hold in plank. This is your final challenge. We're going to do 20 mountain climbers. So we're going to bring alternate knees in toward the chest. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and gently sink down to the mat. Roll your shoulders back and lift up into an abdominal stretch. Regulate the breath here. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Amazing work. Back into your all fours. We're going to finish off with a hip flexor stretch. So I'm going to bring my left foot forward, still regulating the breath, between the hands. Opposite leg stays out long. We're just going to sink into the stretch, gently pushing that right hip forward. Roll your shoulders down and back. And let's circle the arms. And Nice work. Reach and stretch with the arms to alternate sides. And one more each side, reaching and reaching. And bringing your hands down on the mat. Stepping your knee back. Right foot comes between the palms. And sink. Gently pushing that left hip forward. Stretching into the hip flexor. Let's go back with those circles. And 2. And 3. Last one. Sink a bit more deeply. And then reach up and over. Alternating sides. Nicely done. Bring both knees down to the mat. Come into a kneeling position. Lift your shoulders up by your ears and roll them down and back. Amazing work. I hope you enjoyed that full body workout. I know I did. Hit all the right spots. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to working out with you next time.